Alright, so the guys at MSI sent me down this G255F to try it out. Supposed to be the esports warrior thing, 25 inches, 1080p, 180 hertz. Let's see if it's actually going to get me any wins. Alright, now on the back we got two HDMI ports, one display port, and we got the little 3.5mm audio port thing, as well as obviously the main power port. And this is the little thing which you put the stand on. You also got a little multi-function button on the back as well for like the menus and them things there, so you can play around with the color adjustment and all them kind of things that the monitor has to offer. Alright, so now we're all set up and everything with the monitor. One thing I realized with this monitor is that it's super lightweight, fam. Like, literally with one hand, I know it's a very small 25-inch kind of thing, but super lightweight. Now first up, just to look into maneuverability real quick, there's no swivel left and right. So if you want to move it left and right, you got to physically turn it left or physically turn it right. There's also no going up and down with this thing. However, you can tilt it backwards and forwards. That's the only kind of thing that you can move on this. So yeah, not really scoring the highest points in terms of maneuverability, but I get that this is one of MSI's cheaper gaming monitors kind of thing, innit? So yeah, it makes sense where they cut corners. Now in terms of viewing angles, you will be able to see that when I put the monitor to the side here, or if I turn it back around, the viewing angles are actually quite decent on this monitor. The viewing angles are very decent, regardless of where you're standing and looking at it, which is quite a surprise because as it's quite a small monitor, there's not really any need for there to be such good viewing angles because people are most likely to be sat directly in front of it anyway. But yeah, no, it does actually have really good viewing angles and thing. Now, obviously, just to look at the display options real quick, we have got, sorry, let me just click on the right monitor there. We've got up to 1080p resolution, so that's 1920 by 1080p, 16:9 aspect ratio. And if we scroll down, oops, let me revert that back to normal. If we scroll down to advanced display settings, we'll see that 180 Hz is the maximum refresh rate. And below that, we got 165, 144, 120, 60 Hz, and 50 Hz. No 30 Hz option on this monitor. Now, in terms of specs, you can see them up on the screen here. 25-inch screen, rapid IPS display, 16:9 aspect ratio, 1080p, 180 Hz. 1 millisecond gray to gray, fam. Yeah, no, I've seen 0.1 millisecond. I think I've seen 0.5, but 1 millisecond for my untrained esports eyes is definitely gonna give you minimal latency, cause yeah, when you press a button, you're gonna see that action on the screen immediately. I'm gonna throw up some more specs on the screen there so you guys can literally read that right off the screen if you want to. Let me just let you guys have a chance to pause the video. Now, obviously, this monitor is for esports warriors. They want the high refresh rate and they want a small screen so that when they're sitting at a reasonable distance, they can see all the enemies on the screen without having to move their head left, right, up or down, because obviously they want everything to be nice, fast and snappy. But I thought I'd play some Dirt 5 anyway, just to see how fast we can get the frame rate up. Now, with Dirt 5, there's absolutely no need to be playing it at 180 Hz kind of thing, but just thought I would see what it looked like. Now, obviously, you guys are watching this when I filmed it at 4K 24, so you're not going to see it. I mean, the maximum YouTube would allow you to see anyway is 60 Hz. So you have to take my word for it. It does play buttery smooth, fam, especially for your fast-paced action and racing games. Again, obviously, Ratchet & Clank is a story-based game, but sometimes there is so much going on. Playing this game at a high frame rate really does give you a competitive advantage against the enemies on screen, fam. Look at this, lasers coming from the left, coming from the right. You're porting through stuff as well, lasers constantly. There's bear going on in Ratchet & Clank and you're constantly strafing. So being able to play at a high frame rate really does let you own the enemies proper. Now onto our more serious esports warrior game. We have to get some Counter-Strike action going on. I'm terrible at Counter-Strike, by the way, guys. Like, I'm literally playing with like a normal mouse. I have no idea what I'm doing. I thought I was doing a death match, but it looks like some kind of defuse the bomb situation going on. Anyway, 180 hertz flat out. This thing is moving smoothly, fam. Everything is happening mad quickly. I can see bare little movements, and I feel like every little kind of nudge that I make on the mouse is instantly reflected on the screen because of those instantaneous response times. I'm having a good time. I'm sure if I was actually good at playing CSGO and I wasn't just playing with bots, I'd be able to kill some people, just like a little bit, maybe a little piece. But yeah, as you can see, it plays really nice, fam. And just for the sake of it, because why not, let's get some Cult of the Lamb action again. One of them games where your reflexes need to be on point. Of course, it's easy enough to put this game up to 180 frames per second. And the game plays really well at that, fam. It just looks mad smooth. Everything's happening a bit too fast kind of thing. Like, obviously, you've got the competitive advantage if you need it. But yeah, things are happening a bit too fast. Me personally, I'm just trying to slow things down. Alright, now one thing I didn't show you guys was the little MSI options that you get on the monitor itself. So if you go down, you got some professional options there, pro mode, user, anti-blue mode, movie mode, office mode, sRGB. You got some image modes there as well. Input source. Mad that you've only got one display port, but you got two HDMIs, but I guess that's for your consoles and that. You got the Navi key stuff, some more settings here as well. Yeah, you pretty much got all the normal stuff: night vision mode, response time, refresh rate, all them kind of things there that you can go into, obviously, and have some fun with. So I'll just show you that quickly. I'm not really interested in them, but you know, you guys might be in it. Anyway, people, one thing that's clear is that this monitor is definitely for the esports warriors. It's for people that want to kill everybody on the lobby and they want a competitive advantage whilst they're doing it. It plays good with any other game that you want to play on it. But yeah, it's more for the CSGO kind of stuff, maybe Call of Duty kind of stuff. Anything where split-second reaction times is what you need to win the game. Now, I'm not saying you can't use this monitor if you're not an esports warrior, because I definitely am not. But yeah, I think you could probably do a bit better if you want something that's more for story-driven games at this price point. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Make sure you subscribe and like, and hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next one.